at securing your lane. Your Triads are just for Coddle to farm at this point.
Oh, that's a good point, actually.
Yeah, I don't think it's the greatest lane for VP.Prodigy. I mean, they're going to annoy him, and I don't think Terrorblade is going to kick you out of the lane and destroy you, but I can't imagine that being a strong lane. What do you think of top?
Top lane, I'd imagine, is going to be pretty good for Rezo here. Just having already a decent counter versus the Wraith King. Mirana versus Phoenix is not too bad either for our bottom. She's going to be a little bit annoyed here in the earlier levels without Leap, but is going to be overall being able to do a really, really easy job at being able to out-harass the Phoenix and probably out-trade him. And then with that out of the way here, Rezo should be able to go 1v1 here versus the Wraith King.
Yeah, exactly. The Phoenix's job is to try to not be forced out of the lane by the Mirana, and the Mirana's job is to make sure it's a 1v1 matchup. This mid lane matchup is particularly interesting. I think this is, like, I do think there's puck favored overall throughout the game, but the one caveat that I had is the puck needs to play this lane very differently. You want to play this lane much more on the aggressive way, because Sniper has great lane control, so your advantage is that you will also have good lane control. You need to take advantage of that and try to bother Sniper before he becomes a huge nuisance. Ideally, gank him if possible. You have Mirana, so it's not too difficult.
It's not, yeah. Yeah, Sniper not the most mobile hero in all of the game, so
he's very slow.
He's susceptible to these arrows.
He has short legs. This is what happens.
He has got really short legs. You know, the Clockwork, he's a bit faster, right? Even in that suit of armor, especially with the hook shot. But Sniper, he invested all of his skill points into gun. Yeah,
exactly. And it wasn't really compared to Pugner, right? Like Pugner is a child, and he outruns the Sniper, which should make the Sniper feel bad about it. But it's bad.
You can't outrun the Glock he's got there. I don't know.
I don't think it's a Glock.
He's got the gat.
That's the most American comment. You can't outrun the Glock, right? Gee.
So anyway, I start blasting, says the Sniper.
Anyway, yeah, the Sniper there. Gonna be strong, I think, in the early mid game. Like before Sniper completely left the meta, the way it was actually last played was not really with the Ags build, besides the position 4. But in the mid lane, it was the maxing, like go for like 4 or 5 Wraith bands and try to rotate with your attack damage, because you actually deal so much damage early and create space that way, and then become a secondary carry, sometimes with a Midas. I wonder what the build is going to be here this game, though. That is a very old build. Oh, it's a Mage Slayer. Yeah. Ooh, actually quite an interesting pickup. I think it's pretty smart. Against the puck, seems quite appropriate. The agility it gives you is great. Sniper really appreciates that in general. It's going to help you mitigate a lot of the puck's damage and fight him head on. Yeah, I don't mind this at all, actually. What's it, Mage Masher?
Mage, what?
What is it called again?
What, the Mage?
Yeah, the item, Mage Masher.
Oh, isn't it Witch's Blade?
No, Witch's Blade is the puck build. No, he's going for the Mage Slayer.
You were right. That's what I mean. I was like,
sorry, I brain farted for a second.
I was like, what? You've already gotten it. Why are you testing me again? Is this a trick question?
No, I was literally, I just brain farted. I'm very sorry. I like that build. I think it's going to be an interesting build for the Sniper. So he can make fulfill more of a utility hero here. On the bottom lane, oh, that's a really good usage of the Solar Bind.
Yep.
And Celebrity might just die. Cooman chasing after him. Celebrity, Coddle's here too. VANSKOR like, you're not going anywhere. Stop dancing.
Yeah, eventually he's going to be fast enough there to get out of the way. Bottom is a little bit low as there's a rotation here already. forcemajor rotate on over onto Rezo, but again, just one anchor smash and he's okay. Did take a point in the Gush 1-1-2 build here at level 4. He's also got actually the Blightstone, interestingly enough. He probably, of course, is going to be building into the Medallion at some point. But even that, combined with Gush, it makes it pretty sketchy for him to be in the lane.
It seems like he's just going to go for the Corrosive, or the Corrosion, sorry. Which is an interesting build. Not bad on Tide.
Well, the Tide washing machine build.
Yeah, exactly. It's not going to be bad. It reminds me back in Dota 1 where Anchor Smash was actually a passive. People used to build them as a carry. They're like, well, because they're like Battle Fury first and Tide. Only build you can possibly have. People used to go Mjolnir as well. It was very fun.
No, Coddle. Oh no, Coddle. Oh no, Coddle. He's been trapped.
Wow, what a nice play by Celebrity, though.
That was very impressive. Yeah, so, hit it with a tip.
So Coddle has a particularly weird, if you actually play a lot of Call, you know his model is particularly weird. It's like elongated, but actually quite large, and it's not that hard to get blocked like that.
Alvaro. That thing's called a horse.
No, I mean the model of the hero. Anyway, so that's why the Nature's Prophet takes advantage of that. I think he has 1 level in Sprout already, which allowed him to get that block as well easily. And Coddle can't really survive against that very low armor hero. Not really made for trades. Bounty rune time, by the way. No rotations for the 4-minute rune. Mirana kind of rotated there, not much. Phoenix wants to go for the bounty rune. He will get it. Even if he dies here, he'll be fine. He's not even gonna die.
Icarus dive. Icarus dive now provides a slow. It has for about a year now, but there's no way that Rezo's gonna catch up to him here.
He's still winning the lanes. I don't think he's unhappy. The arrow, when Resolution's like, oh, okay.
Okay, I guess you're taking that
range.
CIS. I didn't want it anyway.
Lil was known back in the time, back when we used to play a fair amount as one of the 3 or 4s. Used to play the Mirana, the Visage, sorry.
Oh, Visage.
Yeah. No, the best hero. Well, that in the IO, right? And he was one of the greedier-ish style that reminded you of AUI. I think now he's much more versatile, though, as a player.
I think that's fine that you can get away with that on the Mirana. The hero's quite literally purpose-built for it. You'd be plain inefficient not to be able to just use your arrow either to set up for a kill, or if one's not feasible within the next 25 seconds or whatever the arrow cooldown is, just hit a creep. Get some gold, get some experience. Because I mean, it is I don't want to say greedy, but HellRaisers, they're going to have, well, hate to make a pun here, a hell of a lot of farm here very, very early on, just based off the fact that they're going to have a Coddle who's going to take a lane here at some point. They're going to have as well, maybe even a kill in the top lane. No, Rezo's going to be able to run it. But they're going to have Lil as well, just ruining the jungle here, taking all the large creep. He's going to have good experience. It's nice. It's going to be nice here for the HellRaisers.
That's true. I can imagine the Wraith King maybe, because that's one thing that you actually do want in your 4 when you're playing against Wraith King. Usually this guy is very static in the early game until he builds Radiance. That's why a lot of Wraith Kings nowadays, they either go for armlet and actually fight, or they skip the armlet altogether.
They're making a push with the wagon.
VANSKOR again. Not much you can do, unfortunately. That sniper should kill him with the Assassinate. Yeah, that's why the name of the skill is Assassinate, right? That's what it does. Young G trying to defend this. Puck is not bad at defending lanes, but unfortunately with this many heroes and a double damage on sniper, you have to play a bit more defensively. Bottom though, TV's trying to take the tower as well. He actually dealt a fair amount of damage here. Oh, he even forced rotations. Not bad play by the carry.
He did, but he also used meta for that.
He did.
I would be curious to see if meta is really, if that's really the best usage for meta. I mean, it was off cooldown. I'm sure he farmed a creep wave as well with it, but this makes him not able to get a kill for another minute and a half. He's just going to move on to the jungle. I don't know.
It's fine considering the composition in the enemy team. Are you really going to be putting pressure with TB? Not really. It should be Puck and Tidehunter you're playing around, right? So I think TB should have full space to farm. You know, Mirana after all, that's the whole point. So I don't think it's that big a deal. I think it's the right play. I'm a big fan of the Hector playstyle of like, use it if it's off cooldown.
Yeah, no, I completely agree.
Or the Arteezy playstyle actually, because he was the first guy to do that.
It is just kind of, you know, you're going to be losing out on something. You know, maybe, you know, you use God's Strength to farm the big old stack of Ancients, and then the enemies invade your triangle. Well, you don't really have the God's Strength to use anymore, right? Yeah. There is a price to pay for all of that, but for now in the early game, it's a very, very low price to pay. And in fact, maybe even that was the best move to be making, and Cooman probably thought that. That's why he used it in the first place.
Cool, man.
Cool, man.
This, quite excited. This guy has a lot of history. I think a lot of fans started being a fan of Cooman for a while now. He's been showing some decent performance. I mean, HellRaisers is super stacked if you know CIS squads, you know. None of these guys are particularly unknown. That's a good kill. I can't believe how effective the sword bind is being. Like, if you watch Jenkins, you must think that this is the worst ability in the game, but they're using it.
Is that what he says?
Oh, he literally made a whole video just to, I think because he lost the pub, and he just made a whole video just to talk about how terrible Coddle is and before people stop picking him, and pros were like, hold my beer, Jenkins, let me show you.
Yeah, pretty much. That's a bold move. I didn't know about that one.
Nope. Yeah, let's see. The Puck. You look at him with the Assassinate. That's a phase shift, easy to avoid. And forcemajor is going to die.
Yeah.
But they do take the tower in the process, which is, I think that's actually a win, unless you get a counter initiation with a solution coming in. There's the Gush not available. No, so they cancel on Celebrity. They need some more damage. Orbein's not available just yet either. Dreamcore finally comes out with the Illuminate, but Wraith King is ready to fight. Resolution immediately purges off, though, that stun, and walks off unscathed.
Yeah, that was pretty hilarious, actually. The Celebrity was just walking. There was a TB laying into him there with a Metamorphosis activity. He's like, nope, nope, nope. I'm just here for the Tier 1 tower. I'll be seeing you later.
Yeah.
Didn't want anything to do with that big old demon there. But Cooman as well there is going to be probably using meta for the third, fourth time, moving into the jungle. He's now got the Dragon Lance operational on himself. Does not have a point in the ulti yet. Why even bother? Of course, you're going to be looking to max your counter image and the meta to maximize your farm.
Exactly, that's the point.
You're not really looking to fight. He just shows up probably because he was nearby and maybe I can get a kill or something, but that's whatever. They are losing in terms of map control, though. That mid-tier 1 push is not going to be inconsequential. Sniper still, of course, is going to have a pretty healthy looking Tier 1. In fact, it's flawless right now. Has not even taken a scratch compared to the Tier 1, which of course is already destroyed.
That's true. I think the sniper has fulfilled his role. I mean, honestly, people think the sniper, and by people I mean people with my pups, people always consider the sniper to be more of a harder carry than he is. In the recent iterations, he's been much more of a space creator, which is why I like the Mage Slayer build particularly. Right, he's there to push your tower, he's there to put pressure, take advantage of his great laning stage, and then ideally you rotate a bit early. The sniper's been a bit more static, but considering his objective control, I think it's justified. Let's see what happens once he gets that Mage Slayer, though. Maybe he starts rotating much more effectively, because it's 20 agility. It's not a bad item in terms of stats. Let's see what the Wraith King is building though right now. I want to see if he went for the armlet build this game. Oh, well, never mind. They got to kill Celebrity. It must feel bad that a hero with 2 TPs keeps getting killed by the one ability that is countered by TPs, right?
Yeah, that is true.
Like Carlo's just doing this for the extra magic or the extra magic damage you get because he knows he's just going to be able to leave otherwise. But there's a little bit of a salty factor there. They're using the recall really well, though. That ability is so broken.
Yeah, he just wanted to get the Puck in there for the easy kill. Puck was farming mid lane. He goes, hey, we want to get a kill. Puck goes, oh, that's better. I'll farm a big creep for now. As that's what kind of, at this point of the game, is what nature's prophet is to a Puck. A big old creep.
It is true, actually. Puck also went, can we see if he went for the Veil Discord this game? No, Blink Dagger straight up. So it's more of an initiation-based Puck. I guess he has enough damage already, and the Coddle already boosts his damage anyway. I like the Coddle. I think any ability that can position you to the degree that is recall is just too powerful in Dota. It makes, first of all, it helps you punish any mistakes so easily, and also makes your mistakes less punishable. Because if you're in the wrong space at the wrong time because you misread the enemy's movements, etc., Coddle's just like, no problem, bring you back in. Yeah. You have so much versatility. I mean, he's pretty much one of the biggest reasons why Liquid wanted TI, right? This ability and their abuse of it. Not to discount Liquid, of course. Just saying that their knowledge of how to use spaces in the map and their knowledge of how important recall was back in the day when Coddle was the old Coddle.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you know, everyone knows that Secret, Liquid, they didn't fluke it. It was OG that fluked it, so.
Because they won it twice, right?
They won it twice. I mean,
if you won it once, it's obviously meaningful, but if you won it twice, like, is that really consistent?
It's a fluke. It really is.
Yeah. Glad we can get that out of the way. DSA could be in trouble. They have an arrow soon. The arrow's gonna hit. Yeah. Wow, perfectly. Square in the Phoenix's face. This poor man's getting... He's not having a good game. Mirana's such a good hero against Phoenix.
It really is, yeah. At any stage of the game, you know, you hit me with Fire Spirit, okay, I'm gonna negate a third of it and actually leap forward to your egg to destroy it faster.
Oh, VANSKOR just TP. And he sees 3 heroes. He's trying to get away. Moonlight Shadow might actually save him. This is why you bring horses to Dota, guys. He's so fast.
He is incredibly fast. Tower's going to be knocked down here in the top lane by Rezo. He's going to be the one-man demolition squad going straight for the Vlads this game.
Okay, so more traditional build. Rezo is that kind of offlaner, by the way. Again, shout out to Kips because she gave a little bit of this inside information, but I am a big fan of Rezo ever since he started. I mean, ever since he transitioned to the offlaner, he's much more of a I guess traditional, safe offlaner player, right? I guess because he hasn't really been able to toe the line as much as some of the more veteran offlaners who play really risky. Moon Meander comes to mind, right? Rezo just wants to make sure not to lose, to always have impact, to go for the safer items, and Vlad's is always a correct item on side. There's rarely a time when Vlad's is not good. Now NP is in trouble. There is the Sprout, not really gonna help him too much because the arrow hits him anyway. Yeah, good Dream Coil.
And good Dream Coil, good usage of the Blink there to really just move across the entire map and locate and kill the Furion.
We need the sniper to actually get online though right now here for VP.Prodigy. It's been a bit of a difficult situation for them without him available because they need a space creator, and NP unfortunately has not been space creator. If anything, he's been creating space by throwing his dead body around, right? At least forcing the puck to rotate. And it is true that he has stopped them from taking objectives. He's kind of cut lanes as well, so it's not too awful.
That's a good point. You know, he's not just feeding, right? No. He's not running down mid lane. I hope I doesn't make it sound like that, but he is achieving his objective. It's just that puck counters that playstyle incredibly effectively.
The reality is he's playing like Pilot Die. He's a big fan of Pilot Die. He knows. Sometimes you gotta die in the wrong position, and often like I think a lot of times we always associate the 5 to doing that, like having to sacrifice a shovel, or sometimes the 4 even to waste time for the enemy. But when you're 5 and 4, need a couple, need experience and need a couple items to actually can't come online. The NP is actually kind of the dead laner and the dead weight. He can recover a bit later, and he can go for also very cheaper builds.
I think there's a smoke on smoke here. Yeah, quite literally some synchronized ganking.
This is CIS Dota. I think this might be the region I've seen that ganks the triangle the most. It is honestly like clockwork, minute 12 to 15, you will see at least one smoke to the triangle. Regardless of what your map control is, doesn't really matter. You're going to smoke to the triangle and kill someone.
You know, C really likes smoking after they lose a team fight and right before the tier 3s and tier 4 spawn. Oh, they're going to run right into the sniper here. Rezo's going to say hello, dropping himself a little shrapnel. They're going to get the Ravage out. Supernova, though, still going to come through, but it's not going to matter because Lil's going to focus right on that. They have a stun for her, however, has the damage, and she's dead, as does the Tidehunter, actually. Where did that damage come from?
Dude, no, it was not the damage, it was the sniper's tankability as they catch the coddle as well. VANSKOR's going to die, but in comes Young G. Oh, he's hoping to kill both supports. He might be able to do so thanks to the help of the TB, so at least do a little bit of cleanup afterwards. They do manage to kill a sniper in the end. But I do think that here the stand-up performer was the sniper, and you can see how much tankability got off the Mage Slayer. In case people don't know this item too much, right? It gives you a bit of agility, it gives you a little magic resistance, and the passive allows you to reduce the enemy spell damage, which is super impactful here. You can see they actually hit the Tide and then the puck as opposed to going on one single hero to reduce the initiation that they wanted to create, which is why Sniper could last so long. I mean, you're not used to seeing Sniper tank a puck, for God's sake.
That is a good point. That is a good point here, especially after the Ravage coming out, which isn't, as I recall, not that bad of damage. Yeah, 200 damage.
It's considerable, right?
It's not bad. It's no finger, but when it's AoE, it's pretty good.
Yeah, exactly. So it's not bad. I remember that it's also. Wait, can you just hover over the Mage Slayer for a second?
Oh, yeah, sure can.
Okay, spell damage. Just double checking. So it does say spell damage. So it is going to reduce all of the damage from Tide as well. Not the obviously physical damage, but all the spells that they have, which is pretty big deal. Puck finally got the Witchblade though, so that's going to give him a bit more extra damage against the Sniper. But remember that the Mage Slayer still gives you magic resistance, and the Witch's Blade, of course, is magic damage as well. So Sniper can fulfill a bit that role of a tank. Interesting when you have a Wraith King that Sniper is going to be the tank. At least for the early. Yeah, I mean, the Wraith King's not yet ready, right? He's now got the Radiance on the way, which is going to make him a bit tankier here. Passive, what is it? 13, 7, 12% miss chance on the Radiance? Or this is 17. Is it? 17? Check. Well, he just got it. Yeah. Yeah, 17. Good call. It's that magic number. I remember it because it's Prime, therefore it gives me the heebie-jeebies. Is that right? Yeah, I don't know. Do you not get that with numbers? Like Prime numbers, I'm like, unless you're like 3, 5, and 7, you're a weird Prime, dude. What about 1? 1's not Prime. All right. Well, Celebrity could be in trouble. Solar Bind, and yep, he is in trouble. Yep. And Celebrity's like, guys, I did it. I died again. Is this space? It's prime time to kill this man. Over and over again, anyway. Yeah, good plays here. Bottom already with the Yule Scepter can utilize that to basically set up her own arrows. A Manta style now on the TB, so he's a bit more confident in showing up to these fights now that he's at a dispel for himself. Rezo has, I believe, the Vlad's completed, going next into the Blink Dagger, so a very traditional Tide, indeed. And our puck here, just with the Witch's Blade, of course, something new here. Yeah, Rezo is a veteran of the scene, though. This guy has known every build. Like, he's forgotten more builds than we've ever learned, you know? This man has, he used to play in the mid lane, and he used to be one of the strongest mid laners out there. It's been a while since he swapped, but ever since he's also shown that he is a very consistent player most of the time. Even when he was carry. Resolution, now in trouble. There's the shrapnel, because they do see him. They could go on him. He's like, guys, I didn't think of the Blink Dagger. How do I get off from here? I still have the Ravage, though. He uses there. Oh, he actually catches it in a 3-1. Right on the edge of the Ravage. TB's ready to fight as well. Sniper wants to annoy a bit. They managed to the TB for now. They go Supernova, and TB has the Sunder to save himself for now. Trying to destroy the egg in time. Do they have the attack speed? They do not. Instead, Forcemajor will die in front of Cooman. He has no longer any Sunder, which means he's forced to be open to destroy. The Reflection will manage to kill off the NP as they go for Young G and also clean him up. It's going to be a pretty nice engagement here. Rezo is back, finally TP to the tower and walked back into the match, but he realizes that without any damage, he can't really fight this. VANSKOR is also retreating as Resolution's being chased after. The stun won't last too long, but it'll work enough for them to catch up to him, and the Sniper starts to headshot him. Can they just do the one last bit of damage needed? Oh, the Radiance. Yep.
Nice, and we even get that little guitar riff right after. Well done there. Noticed, did so much work there for that kill, chase him after. Yeah, I mean, nice job there. I think that must have been our Earth Spirit who boulder smashed Rezo onto the cliff. He pops a great Ravage, but unfortunately he's not able to follow up. He Ravages and then immediately TPs to start the fight, which is not really what a Tidehunter wants to be doing. But it was a good move by him. Unfortunately, he's just much too slow here, even with the phase boots, to really get back in a meaningful amount of time. A good fight there for VP.P. As they will move on now. Celebrity's got himself a nice item. He's going to be going for the Aghanim shard, so he's just going to be looking to split push as much as possible, which is going to summon some greater treants here very early on in the game. Very fun.
Yeah, that shard is one of those. I think it might be the best shard in the game, genuinely. Like, I know all the other shards seem more impactful. This is not the shard that makes you go, oh, wow! But it is a ridiculously strong shard, the NP shard. Because it's actually, in case people don't know, it's whenever these treants break, no matter what happens to them. So even if you don't summon off the sprout, you will still get those treants. If someone puts a Quelling Blade, the treant will appear in their path and block him. It is so annoying. Celebrity, though.
He's dead again.
Well, yeah, it seems like it. It's giving him some hope here, but no, he is super dead.
No, not with 3 heroes there, really. And, well, 2 heroes then, and the ability to recall the puck whenever they want. They're kicking off another fight. Great arrow there onto the Phoenix. They're not going to be able to save him. Young G jumping on in for the double kill.
No, and DSA will lose his life. That's yet another support they kill. They haven't been able to reach, I guess, the main carry, which is the Wraith King. But since TB's out farming it, I don't think they're too bothered, honestly.
Yeah. Yeah, especially by a fair margin, right? At this point, he's already 1 full component up. He is going to be going for the butterfly. He's already, actually, just about has it. Yeah, Talisman of Evasion still 1400. Yep. Forgot the way they nerfed Halberd was by adding a recipe, not by increasing the cost of its components.
Very cheap recipe, though.
Yeah, it is a cheap recipe.
Yep. And the TP, I think, once he reaches the Scotty, which I think it's probably BKB then to the Scotty, the Wraith King is going to have a lot of trouble getting up to him, right? Because you have a lot of zone out to begin with. I'm assuming Coddle will eventually build an Axe, which is Will-O-Wisp. Then the Ravage on top of that, the Dream Coil as well. Actually, can we check if he's even considering the Axe?
Sure can.
The Coddle's the old man. Once I can't... What is this portrait, dude? That does not look like Coddle. That's like steampunk Kunka. Why is he building an axe?
He is.
He's smoking the pipe. Why does Coddle? When did he lose an eye?
It does look a lot like Kunka.
Did he dye his beard?
I will grant you that.
Is he going through a midlife crisis?
You can tell it's not Kunka because this HUD is still visible though. Kunka with the widest HUD in all of Dota 2 now. Bot lane, a little bit of split push here. Oh, Celebrity though, he does well to TP out when he does. I think he's learned his lesson about how far ahead he can actually play and how far he can split push. And he knows the line and he's going to tow it from here on out. As we'll be taking a look here at some other items. Notice he now has the full Heaven's Halberd up and running. He's going to go next into the AC. Hoping to get that one up to reduce some attack speed. Our sniper has Maelstrom next into the BKB. He's already got the Ogre Axe, so he's making pretty decent progress. Then we'll double back for the Mjolnir. This is going to be the Phoenix here, who is going to be the target of a smoke gank. They have plenty of setup for him. The beautiful arrow, the gush, the minus armor, the magic damage, and the Wrath of Nature here. Not from Celebrity, just for a parting shot.
Yeah, I mean, Celebrity, like, guys, I did it. I'm not dead.
I'm not dead.
I'm not dead, but they do lose the Phoenix. This poor +5 Phoenix hasn't really had a game just yet. Oh, he's actually going for Witch's Blade. Okay. Offlane NP that struggle. I mean, he's actually recovering kind of decently, though, which is what we spoke about.
Well, we say that, but...
Well, now they're going to try to kill him. This puck really has a thing for this MP.
It really, yeah. I mean, like I said, to this puck, he's just he's a big range creep.
I hear that puck in his past life used to be a timber, so I don't know if that's true. It seems like this game is proving it. And with a 7k lead, HellRaisers is more than comfortable to continue this game. Their late game is also superior, to be honest. I mean, I don't know, there's 2 carries on the VP side. That Sniper can become really impactful, but the team fight is so good for HellRaisers. And we saw the impact of that last game, right? Well, just the Tidehunter is so useful at this stage of the game.
It's going to be pretty easy roach here with the Gush minus armor as well as the Vlads to keep everyone nice and healed up with that lifesteal. TB nearly finished up with his BKB. He's probably going to back off into the jungle now that Sunder has a half duration. Finish up that BKB, wait for it to come off cooldown, and push with his team.
They catch the Phoenix as well, yet again.
Scrambled eggs, anyone? No, not today.
Can we check one thing though? I know he didn't die, but can we check the kills? Because I feel like most of them are Phoenix and NP. That's the buyback. Q.
I'll find it.
Q, dude.
I found it.
How long have you been casting?
I've never used this one.
8 deaths on NP. Okay, only 4 on the Phoenix. Okay, so Phoenix is more on the even, but 8 deaths on the MP. Almost half of your kills on HellRaisers are on the enemy offlaner, and he still has a pretty good farm. He's beating the net worth of the Tidehunter. Why? Yeah, he's beating the net worth of the Tidehunter, just barely, but still very impressive considering how much he's died. I think that's not too bad. The only unfortunate situation is that this space the MP supposedly created did not get turned into farm for the Wraith King. He's still 4k behind the Terrorblade. And that's not where you want to be ever. Because your core is bad against him anyway.
Yeah, BKB's finished up, so the TV might be joining the fight here. The Young G just sniping bounty runes out from the noses, from under the noses rather, with VP.P.
We're seeing an ag soon for the puck to nullify the BKB build up on Wraith King, which I'm assuming is also coming up.
I don't believe so. No, he's going for AC. I mean, it's coming up as in way further down the line. Maybe he's still considering his options. Nope, he's committed for the AC.
Okay. I guess you need more. You need more damage here for the TB. Sure. I don't think it should be Wraith King as dealing with a TB though. I would like to see more like BKB and mobility rather than having the assault cuirass here. But I can see that right now you feel like you're not enough of a carry, and so you need more DPS. Earth Spirit could be in trouble. Puck alone with that Witchblade. We're already seeing how strong that is. Love his name, by the way. Forcemajor. Oh, what a nice smoke to disjoint the projectiles there towards the end because they were out of vision. Now they will find them. Puck. Nah. Good play, though. I think that was a nice attempt.
It was a nice attempt, but I think you got to save those smokes here.
Maybe you're right, though. You're losing.
Yeah, that's the thing. Is that's usually how you see teams sully out of the base here when we start to get into situations like this. Is they'll smoke and then they'll usually tier 2 bottom's the last lane to be pushed, and then they'll smoke and then they'll try to wrap around here and nip in the butt here. One less smoke in the inventory. We haven't really been seeing too many smokes from VP.P, but right now no one else carrying a smoke, so it's possible that now they're not going to be on cooldown for what is otherwise still a dead position 4 either way. I'm not sure my calculus changes there, even if he does live.
No. They do hit the Wraith King with an arrow there to stop him from farming. Sniper instead has to take his farm. Cardinal's starting to be a real nuisance. How far away is he from...
Still pretty far. Yeah, because he went to the 4-staff first.
I think it's the correct build. This is the GH build, I remember. Back when everyone on Cardinal, when he was played +4, right? Everyone's like, oh, Ags is the best thing ever. I'm just going to rush Ags. And GH, the chill flower, just went, 4-staff is really good, bro.
Was that with Mana Leak?
Yeah, it was back when Mana Lake was a thing as well. But I agree with them. Like, 4-staff is very necessary on Coddle because you have good mobility, but the 4-staff is the last bit that you need to have incredible survivability on the hero. Now they're in a fight, maybe. There's a Ravage available in Resolution. They set up perfectly the arrow, kill the Earth Spirit in a matter of seconds. The Sunray is not going to help too much as the Solar Vine is stopping. Notice the Tidehunter is looking to stop the Sniper as well, and he gets a double Ravage. You know, it's Dream Coil, but there's no Agons just yet, so Larl is just capable of getting away for now until they just burst him down. They have way too much mobility. Wow. They even cast the Wraith King with a beautiful arrow. That's going to be his first life. And they're setting up for a second. No arrow just yet. Can they stop him from getting away? There's no mobility or BKBs, so he's as good as dead.
Man, that was incredible. They actually just treated the safe lane Wraith King as you treat a Bristleback or a Timbersaw. They started the fight and went, oh, those are easier kills. We'll deal with you later. And then they actually did. He couldn't even leave that fight either, and they still ended up losing their mid laner as well as their support.
Yeah, that's true, and I think that was because of the Ravage by Rezo though.
Oh, it was great.
That was a really smart
100%. Yeah, I mean, they made the call. I mean, HellRaisers, a lot of people would continue chasing down the Wraith King, which might allow that fight to go a little bit differently, but not here. No. It's not the case whatsoever. Instead, they jump right onto high priority targets, kill Sniper through his 10-second BKB, and you're golden.
I like the Rezo as well. His patience in that team fight was palpable, right? Because he sees the Wraith King, he's like, oh, I have Ravage available. I could zone everyone out and kill Wraith King, or I could also kill everyone else, right?
Yep, didn't need it to kill the Earth Spirit, didn't need to kill the Wraith King.
Yep.
I mean, I guess it was useful for setting up the kill onto Sniper and Phoenix, but they're going to take it here.
It was mostly about zoning them out as well from the Wraith King fight in a much more effective fashion, and also it punished the Sniper despite him having a BKB, right? Because it came from literally close range Ravage, which you can't avoid.
Epicenter.
From the epicenter of the Ravage, yeah, I like it.
Indeed.
So I really, Rezo has been played a really great game, but I think HellRaisers in general is really solid performance. I can barely tell that they have a stand, honestly. Young G has been on point this game.
It's true, he has. Rezo having a very fantastic game as well. Mirana's Sacred Arrow has considerable travel time, good to know. You can set that one up, or if you're Mirana, you just buy a little Adam Knows the Yule Scepter and set it up yourself. Who needs teammates?
Yeah, that's also true. I mean, this Mirana, she has been incredibly impactful, and it's just Mirana doing Mirana things, right? It's not like she's played out of her mind. It's just Yol Scepter sets up for the arrow kill, and they guarantee that the Earth Spirit can't do anything.
Yeah, pretty much this entire game. I mean, the Earth Spirit's net worth is even lower than the Phoenix's, which was a little bit more difficult. The Phoenix, I think, given the lion's share of the farm here, hoping for that Shiva's guard at least to help out live a little bit longer. Might make the difference between getting a supernova off and not, but now that the attack speed really is starting to ramp up with some late game items coming up for HellRaisers. Of course, the butterfly, which we've had for like 5-6 minutes.
Oh no, I love that choice of the Shivas. I know they wanted it for the armor mainly, but I maybe would have rather gotten a Lotus Orb here, because I feel like Shivas at this point, like you say, it's so late that the only advantage I see for the Shivas here is not really in the team fight, but more in the cutting lanes, which Phoenix can do well.
Cut lanes helps with the vision as well, but yeah, even these BKBs, by the way, which is not going to be off cooldown for the sniper when he respawns even, is going to be a little bit more nullified as the full Aghanim Scepter on the way to our puck.
Yep.
Is now with its Dream Coil, we'll be able to truly lock down just about everyone here on the side of VP.P, and there's not much they can do about it.
Yeah, I agree. So that's why I think that the Lotus Orb might have been more useful, because the utility to be able to dispel silence on puck, right? Returning the Sunder also a pretty big deal. Giving Sniper a bit more save, because you're kind of lacking that, right? And Sniper's become cannon fodder at this point, or I guess Glock fodder.
Yeah.
So I'm liking the HellRaisers. I think overall their optimization, their choices, they're just a step above VP.Prodigy right now, which I think is what everyone expected, though.
Yeah.
These guys come from the open qualifiers. They're completely new blood. They're playing good Dota, but they're not quite the level of veterans. I mean, literally everyone in HellRaisers has been playing in CIS for forever. I think that VANSKOR. I mean, I might have not been born before VANSKOR was playing Dota. This guy has been in the scene for so long. I'm so happy every time I watch him. He's usually one of my favorite players back on Empire, which was his team for like 8 years. And then not his team for a while, and then his team again, and then not his team for a while, and then his team again. VANSKOR, little magnet with Empire.
It's
actually same with
the CIS shuffle.
Same with Resolution, though. Actually, both these guys are like Empire staples for a really long time, and I just love watching it every single time. Dude. VANSKOR, his Rubik to me is still one of the most legendary things in history. Back in the day, it used to be maybe one of the best Rubiks out there.
It's going to be the bottom lane of Barracks gone just like that. Sniper's going to have the buyback at least, but again, no real chance to use it too effectively here in this game. It's fallen off as well in terms of farm. He's been not yet eclipsed here by the puck, but like you said, actually, Youngji having a fantastic game, and this is going to give some real confidence for the stand-in for game number 2. I mean, I can't imagine it's quite easy to just jump in, especially on a roster that's as tenured here as the HellRaisers, as you've been keen to point out. Yep. But to have a game like this where you're just, it's completely all, it's such a good puck game, isn't it?
Yep.
Like, and you're having a good game at that, and then taking that into game 2 when this one is starting to really look like a win here, as we see HellRaisers start to set up some vision here in the mid lane, start to try and get into the end game here for Dota. That's going to be another arrow setup.
I'd agree with that. Let's gonna see what Mirana has. Oh, she has a BKB already. So still has to leap. No, thank God the BKB saves you a bit. Magnetas will still go through it, of course, as it does now. Yep. But BKB makes sure that she can't quite die there. Surprised that she has a BKB. But I agree with you. I think especially because, I mean, I know from watching Youngji just a couple of times before in previous iterations, I know his puck is one of his better heroes. So if your mid laner, whom you've never played with again before, goes and says, hey, this is my comfort hero, pick it for me, and then he dominates on the hero, you're like, okay, I trust you, right? And it creates that kind of confidence. Whereas if he picks his comfort hero and you lose with him, you're like, oh God, who's our stand? Like, what do we do now? Yeah, exactly. It actually happened to, ironically, when we were casting Realms Collide, it happened to Omega when they had PP and they gave him his comfort hero, and PP proceeded to lose the lane. You're like, oh, I guess we're done.
Yeah, what do we do then, right? Yeah, well, you know, that's this is a good game one there. HellRaisers are going to close it out. They're going to go Moonlight Shadow smoked up. Of course, Celebrity they see, Celebrity they want. Instead, now Wraith King jumping on in. Yule Sceptered up, Roll Golden on the way in. They will be looking at top of Caliber Rezo to counter initiating. Catches 3 here there with the Ravage, but the Supernova comes out beforehand. They're going to get the kill on him as well. So we have our sniper chasing them away here with the gun. Not bad. It's like the end of Gran Torino, but Cooman looking to try and counter initiate. He's got the BKB right onto the Celebrity. He goes. No chance to live there.
Alright, well, the TB's still very powerful, but TB is kind of alone here, and he's not the fastest hero. They might be able to catch up to him. Instead, it's Young G who stays behind. I don't know if that was on purpose, because it seems like he wanted to give space to Cooman, and they kind of had to do that. Yep, Lil avoids that rolling boulder and it will actually...
No, out of leaps.
Out of leaps, you're right.
Actually dead.
Even Mirana has a limit. Maybe not, she has BKB. Is this hero too strong? Can you even kill a Mirana?
No, that's a. I mean, I don't want to call it a waste of a BKB because she lives, but that's going to be now the 10-second BKB and the 9-second BKB used to just run away. And they did at least get the bottom lane of barracks after they used that BKB later on in the fight. But this one, unfortunately, doesn't really net them much else. They get a kill, another one onto Celebrity, but I mean, these days, those come a dime a dozen. And a buyback out from the Earth Spirit, who's then able to actually get some assist gold onto a big kill like the Puck. So ends up being well worth it here for Force Major. Not quite VP.P back in this game yet. It's still definitely HellRaisers' game to lose, but a much better chance now for VP.P.
Yes, I completely agree. The HellRaisers still has a they have good. The core-to-core match, particularly the net worth difference, is still completely in their favor, and the win probability is for them. But these small kills is what you need to do if you ever want to get back into this game. Yeah. The only problem I have is that the only scenario I see where these guys really bring it back is when Sniper and Wraith can have so much farm that they just outcarry your whole team. I know that's never going to happen because the team fight differential is so big right now. The Supernova has not been this for a single time.
It is, but VP.P, I think they're showing their stuff there and why they are an up-and-coming roster. The positioning there, I mean, Rezo had a pretty good Ravage, but everyone is still pretty far apart, right? If you compare that and contrast that more specifically to the Ravage he had right here about approximately 10 minutes ago, where he catches both Sniper as well as the Phoenix, right? It's a completely different type of Ravage, even though he caught more heroes than that second one on the high ground.
Yep, I agree. So, I mean, that Ravage from the high ground was kind of insane, but I don't quite understand how you got that many heroes, right? It was like right on the edge for resolution. I guess they weren't expecting it either.
It's a big AoE on Ravage, to be honest.
It's massive, yeah. Well, knowing that AoE by heart is not easy, and he knew that. Solo Quest is ready for resolution, or soon to be, sorry. He has Medallion for now as they push Roshan. This Roshan should be the one that takes them to high ground.
I mean, it'll take them back to high ground, right? I think they've already been there.
No, right, sorry. This is Roshan. Yeah, this Roshan is the one that finishes the game by finishing off the high ground.
The gang's getting back together, and they're going high ground.
No mistakes anymore by HellRaisers. They played for a while. Now they have Roshan. They're going for objectives.
Coddle's got his Axe now.
Nice. That Will-O-Wisp is going to be huge for Wraith King. Does Wraith King have the BKB yet?
Does Wraith King have the BKB?
No.
Doesn't even have the AC.
There's no way that this is... Yeah, there's no way. I'm sorry. I don't think that Wraith King can win this without the BKB here. Because that's part of the reason why the Will-O-Wisp now is not as strong, because you can actually take BKB in between ticks. It's not perma-stunning. It's actually just pulling you to the center, which is still very annoying for a melee carry, but with BKB, you're fine. Not the case if you don't buy it. We even have Ags on Puck, so at this point, I don't know how important that's going to be.
Yeah.
And you can push him away, by the way. The combo of Coddle plus Puck is always a thing.
It is, yep.
He snaps
Blinding Light. We've even got a Force Staff here as well for VANSKOR if he wants to do it the old-fashioned way.
Yep.
For now, just a slow siege here, taking away vision, removing map access here for VP.P. They're having to basically split the farm of the creep that trickle into the base, as well as actually the TB illusions for them to farm up. And TB, by the way, has now, I would call this, eclipsed VP.P in terms of his farm. He's got a lot of money in the bank here, just considering what he wants to actually purchase. Considering actually the, what is it, the Swift Blink? What is this one called? Yeah, Swift Blink.
I think it's quite smart, actually.
I think I like it as well.
I mean, for late game mobility now, a really expensive item on a carry that's clearly aiming to go super late game. I wouldn't mind an Ags maybe first, but I know he's out of slots, so the Swift might just be better.
It's probably, yeah, more stats, right? I suppose you'd get rid of the boots then anyway.
Well, or the Swift Blink might just get rid of the Hurricane Pike, right? Because that's your mobility item, or you might put the BKB in the inventory, or something like that.
I don't know, I kind of like the Dragon Lance though, especially versus a sniper.
No, I mean, if it was up to me, I would also take away the boots, but
yeah, no, I get it.
How you initiate.
I think most games that don't have a sniper or maybe an arc warden, that's going to be the case. But with a sniper arc, I think that's the exception.
Yeah, the blink is particularly he's getting it for the sniper arc, or the sniper in this case.
Yeah, because I think late game, if you have 9 slotted cores here all around, I think the sniper, I don't even know versus a TV though. You know, if you do like your bot TI between the two, who wins?
Yep.
I got no clue.
We'll see. It seems like HellRaisers are just taking a chill pill right now because they don't really need to, like, there's no pressure onto them. The late game is not very scary, but you don't want to give the enemy team a chance to come back though. So there's a little bit of a threshold that you need to be in, right? You need to put a bit of aggression, but not enough so that you get punished for it. But you need to keep putting the pressure to make sure that Wraith King and Sniper can't recover this game.
Now 100 move speed is like criminally slow.
Yeah, the solar bite is not a bad ability late.
Not at all.
I'm telling you, Jenkins, retract your video. My old man Caudle is a god.
Delete it.
Delete it. Delete your lies.
I think this is going to be the Blink Dagger here completed for TB.
That's incredible. How fast does this guy farm? I guess he has 30k.
He has 30k. Yeah, he's got 12k more. He's got almost a whole Furion worth of net worth over the sniper.
Whole Fury. That's how we measure him.
That's how we measure him.
Let's see. No, I love that. Because the TB farms illusions, right? Even though he has 30k net worth and a ridiculous amount of assets, he's still not level 24.
Yeah.
Because he lacks the experience, because the illusions, of course, don't give him experience.
Yeah, it's the same thing with Tinkers, right? Your Tinker's 9 slotted, but he's only got like level 20.
Because you march to the machines and leave if you're being efficient about farm, right? Or Naga has the same issue. Any illusion-based hero has the issue. Which is, sometimes you can take...
I don't know, we are getting a couple items up here for the sniper. He's got the Blitz Knuckles, the forcemajor, so his attack speed is going to be much, much higher than what we've previously seen from him in team fights. The AC's done as well here for Wraith King, so greetings and salutations to -20 attack speed slow and a nice AoE.
Yep. Are you really committed to that?
I really like it. I'm surprised I never made the connection, but
I hate that you did today.
Well,
we have a Hex as the next item for Nature's Prophet, which I think is a necessity right now to deal with some. Because one of the advantages VP.Prodigy technically still has is that both their cores or their DPS heroes are very burst damaging heroes, right? They can go from 0 to 100 really easily, and so they could potentially take down the Wraith King, or sorry, the Terrorblade really easily if they have some sort of. You have a guide zone? Okay. If they have something like a Hex, for example, that can set up for that kill, they should be able to kill the TB in time. But it's very difficult because while you do that, it's great, you can kill the TB, but how do you deal with the Puck and actually the Puck, Caudle, and the Tidehunter all counter-initiating you? Hell, even the Mirana with the arrows.
Yeah. I think Aegis is about to be reclaimed here in the next 15 seconds, and the HellRaisers decide, yeah, now we're ready to fight. A farming Aegis 35 minutes into the game, not really what you'd expect, but it will be the boots then being sold here by our TB. Swift Blink into the inventory, 25 Agi, bonus attack speed. And he's ready to party.
He has the extra talent now, so he's like, what? Where's the sniper? Is he on Dire or is he on Radiant? I can't quite tell.
Honestly. What sniper skin is this? Is that the new Immortal?
It's actually genuinely, can you check his range? He has more range than the sniper.
Let's see here.
So attack range is
for...
I love 150 plus 775.
Yeah, that's probably got to be more than the sniper
so
here.
So it's 925. What is snipers?
Quick math there.
No, that sniper actually has more. That's ridiculous.
That is ridiculous.
Holy wow. I guess he's called a sniper for a reason. They do kill Wraith King super easily. That's ahead of the Scotty, of course. They use the Will-O-Wisp as well. Ravage has been committed here. They put BKB on the sniper, and the Yosuter saves him, but the Supernova is destroyed in a matter of seconds. They hex up the Puck, though, and burst him down as the TB decides to decimate the sniper. The Ghost Hunter will save the Earth Spirit for now, but they're going for Notice. That's a second life, and the Blinding Light will guarantee the kill. forcemajor runs and dies. He has a Sunder, though, will sacrifice the life of the Mirana in exchange for his own. Sniper's back, though, thanks to his buyback. So is the Earth Spirit, but the Puck also bought back. And they don't want to throw the game just yet, so they're playing slightly defensively here, but still putting the pressure as required. Yeah. Also, didn't TV still have Aegis?
No. It expired it expired, and then they decided, yes, now is the perfect time to push.
That's true.
I made that joke.
That is usually the way to play as well.
Yeah. Usually you want to use that Aegis to farm in case you die to the neutral creeps. You never know if the neutral creeps are going to gank you.
I mean, if you're playing Envy, you're playing Alk, it could happen. Let's see if they can. No, you don't play Envy. Sorry, if Envy's playing. Let's see if they can still push these towers.
I think Envy is a real-life alchemist.
Yeah, I would say so. Considering his Instagram now, yeah, I'd say that.
Oh.
Dire's top
yeah, I am envious of that guy, dude.
Dire's top
Cooman is just gonna take down another lane of Rax. Is that? No, they still have one melee Rax mid, right?
Yep, they've got the the
whole thing.
Yeah, they got the whole lane here, mid lane still.
But taking the two side Rax makes it harder to split push, but it makes it really hard for VP.Prodigy to defend. Right, they're gonna struggle to defend both lanes because you actually have to go between them, and you can take advantage of this HellRaisers.
Holy moly!
Doesn't even have the
attack speed. That's not even with the active.
Now metamorphosis. He might even swift blink, yeah, just for that. They actually waited for the swift blink. Oh my god, he does so much damage.
It's crazy the attack speed, yeah.
And that tower is melting, and they can't defend that far away.
No, they really can't. No, they tried.
You just can't get close to him. And the Scotty, and notice He's like the small kid in the middle school snowball war. He just can't get close to the bully that is Terrorblade. They can't catch him with the willows now. He's gonna lose his first life. Phoenix will die though. There's no second life for Phoenix. No buyback either. And I don't think the Wraith is gonna last too long. No BKB still. They go for the sniper's net. The Scotty. Oh my god, the Hurricane Blight destroying poor Sniper. Now taking Celebrity down with them. Red team does absolutely nothing. And they DC.
Yeah, that's GG.
Before they GG though.
That's some call, but yeah, I was about to say, I don't have these guys muted, so that's some call the game, and that'll be game number 1 here as HellRaisers will take it.
All right, HellRaisers. What a performance by them though.